This is Dr. Cruz at Kentuckiana Integrative Medicine, and we're interviewing Mark Brooks, who is 52. And in 2020, he came to us for personal PRP and human personal stem cell therapy from the body, from his body. So tell us about your experience with your first left hip, wasn't it, Mark?
It was my left hip, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell us how you were doing before you came and then how you did after.
Well, before I came, it was pretty excruciating. I mean, I couldn't even sit in they did the MRI or CAT scan, whichever one you got to get in the tunnel, and I couldn't even sit for that. I mean, it was so painful. I was walking on a cane, and it was pretty consistent. Every day I was hurting.
How long were you hurting for?
This went on for months and months. I ended up, after the CAT scan, they sent me to an ortho doctor, and the only option he gave me was for hip replacement. And I just didn't feel good about that answer. I don't know what it was, but just the thought of a hip replacement at, at that point, I don't think I was 50 yet, and it just didn't seem right. So I started researching, and I found Dr. Cruz and the therapy that he offers with the stem cells, and decided to give that a try. And I did 3 different injections over, I think it was over a month period of time, month and a half period of time, and things just continually started getting better. One day I woke up and just, I wasn't hurting anymore, and wasn't hurting as often, and it just continued to get better. It was probably at least 8 to 9 months after my last injection that in my mind I felt like I was healed. I mean, I could do things that I hadn't done in years. I cleaned up some land on the backside of the farm with a chainsaw, cut down trees, brush, piled it all up, went on a trip to Colorado to the top of a mountain. I mean, I just did things that I thought I was done, that I would never be able to do again. And it just gave me a new opportunity in life to get better. And of course now years later, I'm starting to have this similar issues on my right side, my right hip. And this was my first thought, was to do the stem cells again and get myself back healthy again.
So, and you said this kind of gave you, the first series of injections gave you kind of like a new license on life. You said something about a bucket list.
Yeah, the trip to Colorado, we were planning that trip as a bucket list trip, something you want to do before you die. And usually bucket list things are not something you do over and over again, but I was able to do it. I was able to do everything I wanted to do. I feel like I pushed myself. To me, it's amazing. In my mind, I never would have thought I could have went to the top of a 12,000 foot mountain or pan for gold. The thing that I wanted to do was pan for gold.
Right.
And I just thought that wasn't going to be a possibility unless I bought bags of pay dirt and just did it at home in my basement. But I actually got to get out there in the wild, in the wilderness, and go to the top of that mountain.
And so his left hip is still holding. It's been 4 years. Occasionally it twinges. But, when things go well, stem cell therapy, PRP could last, somewhere between 1 and 5 years. And harvested human stem cells can last, 5 to 15 years. So it's amazing stuff. And we really appreciate Mark for giving us this testimonial.
I appreciate you, Doc. Thank you.